Hey there friends, how's it going? My name is Dante, and today we will be playing I Love You, Colonel Sanders. Apparently, it's a dating simulator. So this is another subscriber suggested video game. So once this epic intro ends, we'll get right into the game. Alright, welcome chef. Before we get started, tell us your name. Alright, so I guess I should be Colonel Dante. Hell yeah, confirm. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in this moment forever. Or you could wake up. Now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Oh my god, turn off, chicken. Oh, let's just go back to bed. You slept through the school year and gave up on the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders. Game over already? Okay, you might not be cut out for this. Let's try that again. Alright, so let's try to wake up and go meet our beloved Colonel Sanders. Smack that clock up and at him. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. You allow yourself to daydream a bit thinking about the future, or we need to take this seriously. I want to date Colonel Sanders. I'd better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth brushed, hair combed, pits deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. And just what you needed to get your blood flowing. A biscuit with no water is demon mode. How did you survive? Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, Colonel Dante. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, Because I sure am excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam, raised by Master Chef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. Oh my god, that laugh. Oh my god, is she crying? Stop it, Miriam, relax. But with University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Holy crap. Can't see the chipped tooth here. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? Let's give her some pep talk. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. Oh no, I think we didn't help her. We're doing bad. I know she looks spooky, but she was so sweet. And she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy looking tower? And that other card featuring the handsome fellow Dante in the red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Okay. Yeah, you go, Miriam. Can you believe I cut them myself? I mean, I kinda can. They don't look the best, but they don't look the worst either. You can definitely believe it. Yeah, see? I cannot believe it. Before you get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Who the feck did that? Hey! It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but to be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. She's the one who's got chicken on her legs. She's chicken shins. You leave Colonel Dante's shins alone. They are perfectly normal shins. What's wrong with my shins? I thought I have good shins. Ugh, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. That looks so stupid. Oh, and if anyone's named Ashley spelled like that, it doesn't look that stupid. This girl looks stupid. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. Thank you, Miriam, for standing up for me. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glute. What the fuck am I playing? Van. You rang. Oh, Van. Goddamn. Okay. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. What am I playing? Come on now. What am I playing? This better be appropriate. I can't believe that University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. Psh, see you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. He does look pretty fucking goofy. Alright, get the feck out of here, Pop. What is this? Go clean yourself up. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you? My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Oh. Hi, Pop. I'm Colonel Dante. So, are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me or is he kinda cute? No, it's just definitely you. Bob/Pop is fecking strange. I think it's just you. See, me and Colonel Dante are on the same fecking page because we are the Colonel. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. Oh, who's this gentleman over here? I'm gonna replace him with someone even more handsome. Wow, isn't he more handsome? Oh god. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of class. Adorable! Who is this unreasonably cute pup? And why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL.
Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect.
What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. Oh my god, Colonel Handsome Sanders. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him. It's...
If it isn't my favorite student, Harland.
Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Alright, what kind of voice would Colonel have? Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats a lot. Maybe we should open the window back up before faucet pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when Colonel Dante sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. I don't know if I'm a girl or I'm a boy because I set myself as me, but it sounds like I'm a girl. So am I a girl? It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules.
Welcome to University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy of the world, the birthplace of culinary legends, past, present, and play. Many challenges await you. There will be tears. There will be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena.
Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss...
Quiet. Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place?
Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in the school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me?
Here, spell if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to the students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels.
Who the feck is Clank? You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. The feck is this? It looks like a freaking oven? The class bursts into laughter.
Oh, Clank, you rascal.
Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep whiff.
Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself.
You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? You give him a beef treat, a ball, or a chicken snack? Let's give him a ball. You reach beneath your apron and return with a rubber ball in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. You toss the ball and he bounds after it, grabbing it in his mouth and swinging it from side to side before dropping it. The throw passes quickly. It's not clear if that endeared you to him or not.
Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds opened to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation.
As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing in the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey, Colonel Dante, there's still a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me if you're interested. Alright, so we can sit by Colonel Sanders, or we can sit by our best friend Miriam. I'm definitely gonna sit by fucking Colonel Sanders. Look how handsome he is. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me the seat. I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can and do it with the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement.
Think fast. It's time for a pop quiz.
Yay, a quiz about me? No, shut up, Pop. Not about you. Feck you, Pop.
This incredibly important, surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you're ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking?
Alright, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? I'd say extremely. I mean, look at Pop. He's kind of fecking messy, but I know that that's the right answer, but we're gonna go with, depends.
That's wrong. Force is a treat. As chicken is soup.
Night vision goggles?
That's wrong. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created?
A comically oversized fork, a meat tenderizer, or a spork? Definitely the big fecking fork. You get a lot of food on that thing.
That's wrong. What food is the best for a broken heart?
Camel meat? A pancake that looks like a silly face. I love pancakes.
That's wrong.
That's subjective. I personally love pancakes to when I have a broken heart.
Is Sprinkles a good boy?
Yes.
Sprinkles is a good boy. That's wrong. He's nothing.
Man, feck you, Sprinkles. You're so freaking rude. You can't even take a compliment.
Your total score is 0
out of 5.
Fail. If you can't stay that heat, stay out of the dating simulator.
Wait, I thought this was culinary school. Alright, try again. Where do we try again from? It better not be the beginning of the whole fecking game. Otherwise, this is going to be a long fecking recording. Oh no. Okay. Dang it. Now I got to click. Oh wait, I can fast forward. Alright, let's try the beef treat this time.
Beef? Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I would never eat that. You clearly do not belong here. Please remove your apron. Then remove yourself from this class as a school.
Are you fucking kidding me? I gotta skip all that again just because I gave him a damn beef treat? Feck you, Sprinkles. Alright, this time we're going with the chicken snack. His favorite. Oh, hell yeah.
Well. I think there might be some competition for new star student.
Oh, this was much better than the ball. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. Alright, Sprinkles, gross. You see the other students eyeing you jealously. but pay no mind to them. If they want to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. That's true. I carry a bunch of dog treats on me all the time. 1, if I get hungry. 2, if I run into a dog. Or 3, if I get hungry. So let's get these answers right this time. It's extremely important to clean your hands. Horse is a chicken as... Oh, wait. Okay, good. I did click the right one. A spork, probably. And then what food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love. And then Sprinkle's a good boy. He's the best boy. That's right. Your total score is 5 out of 5. Wow. Be honest. Did you cheat? I mean, a little bit, yeah. You look up to see Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. Oh, yes, Colonel Sanders. I'm glad you're impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. All right, Colonel Sanders. You cannot fry my brain. Hot diggity, Colonel Dante. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance.
May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch.
Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, why are you being a dick? That student was talking. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. Woo, lunch. But Lunch. She said, in honor of the new semester, I prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed. That smell? You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. But, you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, my dude. Nah. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. That guy was so fucking stupid. Look at him. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. It definitely wasn't fecking me. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Don't we all, Ashley? Oh, please. Well then, the man. If you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. My god, he's freaking possessed. He's like the freaking exorcist. Easy now. There's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. Oh my god, they're about to have a Tekken duel right now. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Oh my god, what just happened? Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Alright, so we could either focus our mind and meditate on this moment, savor the moment, or swim towards the light. Alright, we're swimming towards the light. Somewhere, up ahead, a bright light beckons you. The flavors are so intense, you become wrapped up in them. Unable to resist, you reach toward the light. It grabs your hand and pulls you closer. Closer! Until your fingertip connects with the end of everything. You are forever lost in the land of tender fried chicken bliss. Your mind dissolves. There is no Colonel Dante now. There is only herbs and spices. Though Miriam tries to revive you, she cannot. Game over. I fucking died? What was in that freaking chicken? Alright, this time let's savor the moment. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? For a flavor? Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. He doesn't look like he's smiling. He actually looks like he's curious. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold of you to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking, and I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He looks fucking disgusted by me. That's so freaking rude. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learn to be fun? You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Yeah, he's a cowboy now. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use cocaine. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Cocaine? Wow, you'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say, the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure out now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him, so we could be modest but thoughtful, wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up, neg him to show your own strength. I don't know what that means, but I like to be strong, so we're gonna show him our strength. You know, I've been thinking about your secret recipe. Of course you were. You don't simply forget a flavor combination like that. That's exactly right. I remember it because I tasted it before. I stopped at a random fried chicken stand the other day, and their chicken tasted exactly like yours. Did you just compare my recipe to a random fried chicken stand? Well, yes, I did, but it was a really good stand, especially considering it was frozen first. Frozen chicken? Colonel Sanders struggles to conceal his emotions, fighting back tears of anger. Oh no, I'm sorry, I pissed him off. I can't believe you'd say such a thing. You realize you've done irreparable damage to your relationship from which it can never recover. He's hurt. Oh my god, he's crying. No, that's what you guys look like when you're watching my videos. Oh, I'm sorry. How could you? Hey, Colonel Dante, you saw that the game was called a dating sim, right? If that's your idea of dating, this is not the game for you. All right, I failed. I saw that coming. Please don't start me too far back. Let's actually wow him with a big idea. Let's see what our big idea is. You know about that? I was thinking about your secret recipe. I don't doubt it. It has a way of leaving an impression on all who taste it. You decide to show him that you also know a thing or two about blowing minds with new flavors. I actually had some thoughts on how you could improve it. Improve it? You want to change my secret recipe? And you think you can do it better? Have you ever heard of habanero peppers? Heard of them? I tend an entire garden of chili pepper varieties. Habanero, poblano, cayenne. But that's not the point. You can't just toss new ingredients into my secret recipe and expect to improve it. A recipe is about balance. It involves careful consideration and refinement. I didn't mean to. Let this be the last time you improvise on my recipes, Colonel Dante. I'm headed back to class for the next lesson. This certainly didn't go as planned. Yeah, no shit. You'd better head back inside, but you wait a moment so that Colonel Sanders doesn't think you're desperately chasing after him. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowds of fans you're going to earn with your signature, adorable, tiny food creations.
Welcome, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off.
Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of 2, that is. Me and you, if that wasn't clear? Want to be my partner? Sure, Colonel Dante. I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. 2 different students quickly take notice. Oh, Miriam, I'm sorry. Hello, new partner. Beep, boop, bzoop. Oh my, 2 potential partners. I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. How do you know that Clank over here is a friggin' gentleman? He could be a gentle oven. So be mindful. It looks like you have to pick 4. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Definitely Clank. He's cute. Look at him. He looks so happy. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay. I already ate. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Warp, warp, warp. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. I know, he looks so sweet. Look at that smile. He looks so cute. Tissue? I hardly know you. Miriam, shut up. Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Oh, Clank, put that away. Looks like you 2 will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork.
Alright, you 2. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 cooks to make a fire. You get the idea?
Which dish do you suggest your partner, Colonel Sanders? So we can make steak tartare, which apparently seems easy, and you don't even have to. Oh, it's tartare. Yeah, never mind. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind, and your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. Let's blow his mind. We want to get on his good side. I was thinking about trying something exotic. Maybe a dish that incorporates octopus in some way? I'm more of a down-home type of chef myself. What about something that, go with me here, walks on land? Actually, there are certain species of octopus that do leave the water. For instance, have you heard of an Abdopus aculeatus? Clearly fecking not. It leaves the water to hunt for crab. An octopus that walks upright and hunts crabs? Now I've heard everything. The world is a truly marvelous place, isn't it? Octopus? Crab? That sounds like you're describing one of my signature dishes. Are you trying to steal my thunder? Boys, what's with all the hostility? Has the competition been moved up to today? How dare you try and muscle in on my culinary territory? Nobody better touch my cephalopod without going through me first. I think there's been a misunderstanding. Nobody's muscling in on any mollusks. We were simply discussing today's assignment. You could cut the tension in here with the chef's knives, which makes sense because chef knives are usually pretty sharp. Look, we were just talking. I'll happily step back from any and all seafood. You know what? I'm just gonna make mashed potatoes and gravy. I know my grandmother's recipe by heart. Keep the tentacles. You begin to... Damn, this music is fecking loud. What's going on? Is he crying? Dude, keep the octopus. Don't cry. You begin to peel and boil potatoes and try to extricate yourself from this thorny situation. But your new rivals aren't having it. I doubt that you even have the capabilities to work with ingredients so delicate. So you should probably stick to microwavable dishes. Unlike my friend Van, though he may be the man, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worth admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense. But one thing is clear, this music's fecking loud and she's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. And if Colonel Dante and Van Van are both so inclined to the sea, perhaps they should go there together. Ashley, are you suggesting I share my secrets of my special saltwater sauce with this novice? I'm disappointed in all of you. Ashley's really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time of need, or turn to Miriam. No, let's leave Miriam with Clank. Sanders, help me out. I'm here to learn and to express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with a prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's respect the format, okay? Wow, sick fucking burn. You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? Sometimes conflict can actually build character. I wouldn't want you to shy away from a bit of healthy competition from our peers, Colonel Dante. Wow, is he just not that into you? You'd think a gentleman would defend you in a situation like this. Did you do something to offend him at some point? I mean, if you go back a little bit, I think I did offend him to the point he was crying. Oh, he's pissed. Look at his head. And she's freaking evil. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of your moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat out of which he pours a smooth brown gravy smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy, oh my god, he made mashed potatoes. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders hands a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Oh, Sanders, baby, what up? You winking at me? You like me? Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up when you see Ashley with a sinister look. You know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. No, Ashley. He's mine. And then, filled with rage without thinking, you fling your sporkful of mashed potatoes right onto Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van Van, do something, do something. Scooping up a fingerful, Van Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Yeah, take that, Van Van.
Hold on right there, Colonel Dante. We do not waste food in the bloom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you're both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands.
Can I have potatoes, face? Van Van rushes back, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my speciality. Braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. That blade thing does look pretty fucking cool. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate.
No, don't. Something about this dish does strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic.
Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him. Oh my god, he turned into a fucking ghost. What the hell? And freaking Sprinkles over here is crying.
Everyone sit back. I'll take another bite.
When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Well, there goes freaking Pops. Pop winches in pain for just a moment, then is immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie. Tastes like poison. The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They're as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It appeared that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. Alright, so he's invincible.
I'm not sure the professor here make enough money.
Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches. So we're just gonna fucking ignore the guy? He's dead. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. Ooh. What? Like for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark, and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know, they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him that you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Colonel Dante? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Ah, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working toward that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting, also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. Wow, Van and me are twins. We should follow our dreams with all our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you. Shut up. I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. Oh, what the fuck is this? I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. We will not let harm come to another student, except for that ghost kid. I kind of dropped the ball on that. Oh my god, his teeth are sporks too. Is he's rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? Is he's rhyming on purpose? Okay. But before you can discuss syntax any further, okay. It's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Let's fucking attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Hell yeah. Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Alright, let's attack again. You decide to go on the attack. It worked last time, right? I think so. Let's cook it with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork Monster won't forget this. Spork Monster's really feeling threatened by your attack. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? I will defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You hold your head between your hands and mutter, this is not happening, this is not happening. Spork Monster's no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Utilitensol. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. Let's attack. Let's attack. You decide to go on the attack. Cook with love. Cook with love. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who is going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares itself for its ultimate attack. Rounded Edge. Thou villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Hot Pie Power Pinch. Hot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Spare this wretched beast. Forget mercy. Finish him. No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. This monster messed with the wrong chef. Attack. You'll never survive my student debt loan destruction. That one will kill you. Student loan debt destruction does 10 damage. Spork Monster is completely vaporized. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe. You continue to surprise me, Colonel Dante. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook. But upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko? That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you hear that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Oh, absolutely. Zzz, okay. You wake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might like Clank. Aw, good for Clank. Like him? Like? I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also the convertible that he himself rode in at... What? And was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in the pressure cooker language translation there. Yeah, that made no fucking sense. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders? The coolest guy in school? The most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning? You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you? I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great, and you guys subscribed, you guys are greater. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes lit up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. ... So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I've ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Oh no. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so if we stayed in touch, like pen pals, I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. And besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt I'd be much use to anyone. Cough, favor, cough. Please, please, please. It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? No. I'm with Colonel Sanders on this one. Miriam's got Clank, I got Colonel Sanders. So we're going to tell her a fake ingredient. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about... It was... Eye of Newt. I know, sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow! Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figured that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. This is just me in all of my games, actually, if you think about it. I always find a fecking horse, and I'm handsome. Let's run to him. You said that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of a stallion and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. However, your sudden movement surprises the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face. The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision. Oh, Colonel Dante. I'm here to deliver you a message. Not this guy. It is important that you remember this exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end, so you know it's serious. I have been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is... Before he can continue, you suddenly awake. Aw, jeez. You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices. Or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Okay, keep your musk away. Lean in for a kiss. Whoa, 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 you've known him for a day. Are you really sure? I guess you must be. You put your arms around Colonel Sanders' neck and pull him in for a kiss. But he turns his face and you awkwardly kiss his ear. You can feel him shudder. Too soon, you clearly mistook his compassion for love. Your soul crawls inside of itself and you instantly die of embarrassment. Game over. Oh man, I fecked that one up. I thought we were ready. All right, this time, let's just compliment the horse's shoes. Maybe you shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here, but one thing is for sure. That Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy, for sure. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your 2 rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad? Experimenting with restricted ingredients bad? Summoning a demon bad? You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Alright, so act like you're not interested. Let's do that. That'll really tell him. You sit near the rivals but leave your back turned to them. You can hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset him. Oh, and you're the Emperor of Cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ain't you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what they were hiding and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found from your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his... Aw, poor Pop. We're playing. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep, beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Womp, who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp, womp. Oh, look how pissed he is. Oh, poor Clank. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Good job, Clank. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena, at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got a lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog.
Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn.
Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his track and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Down, boy, down. Off the open. What the hell does that mean? Is he German? A command shouted by Colonel Sanders that snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. What the hell is going on?
Sorry, I got a little carried away.
After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom.
Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken.
You want to pay attention to this lesson. Truly, you do.
Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name.
But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you.
Well, Colonel Dante?
Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A dog biscuit, a pepper, or a glass? I'll take the dog biscuit, hell fucking yeah. Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles, an example of his own culinary talents perhaps. You reach out for it when Sprinkles jumps up and bites onto your cooking apron.
What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit?
Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks on in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. I never even got to taste it. Can this be the end? Getting between a dog and his bone probably isn't a great choice. Alright, try again. Come on, I just wanted the dog treat. I gave him one, he should give me one back. What the heck is that? Alright, we're back. Alright, let's go with a glass of water. It seems pretty basic. You grab the glass of water and gulp it down. It's cool and crisp, like the pure snow melted by a mountain spring.
Hey, that was mine. It was for my favorite toilet. You owe me $6.
And you've got excellent taste. You think to yourself, geez, I better pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Alright, demand that they stop wasting everyone's time or step up and tell them you're on. We're stepping the feck up. Let's do this. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, Colonel Dante. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness.
Now, students. Please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court.
Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief.
At least, not until we turn on the timer.
Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, "Timer ready."
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Yeah, you know what, Colonel Sanders? It did. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for your potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? It boils 100 seconds after? No, 100 degrees Celsius. That's right. But how would you have even gotten into this school without knowing that?
When I guess to rub my furry belly, let intestine off or motivate you.
Aw, I'm so fucking winning. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say he uses? 11. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got the basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Gratitude. That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy. So where does it come from? I come from a small town where big dreams are born. That's right. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. That's wrong.
Don't make me get the spray bottle.
Next question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Colonel Dante. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. Oh, this is just like my real life, but with Vin Diesel. Colonel Diesel. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take you to fill a traditional Victorian bathing? Oh, fuck, I didn't get ready. You were stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a honk. Oh my God. Vin, you look so good. I know, right?
You know what? Can't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind.
Sorry, I forgot the question. Yeah, wedding vows. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating her elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. Zzz. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Or you might not have any hands, but Colonel Dante does. And a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. Did I click that or something? When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Colonel Dante, no! But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It immediately gets crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much more difficult.
Everyone stop what you're doing right now. The battle is over.
It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish.
Sweetheart, leave your hand. You simply can't go on.
Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default.
No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Colonel Dante's injury.
You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish.
But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared.
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Colonel Dante to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette, atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. That honestly does look pretty good. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Push yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley or internal. No, let's make this worse. Let's push ourselves in between. Reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes. Come on, Sanders, after all we've been through? This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Game over. Oh, feck me. Alright, this time we're going to internalize the rage we feel. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off to your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run to the quad for... I skipped too early. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now, not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated, named Dante the YouTuber. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving my best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay. Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the spork monster. Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night. Are you stronger than Borko? Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I think what Colonel Dante is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life's too short for making enemies. All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all? Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this. You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp. I don't believe it. You were human once? A magic spellbook? It sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen alive. Colonel Dante, together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like. But it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Holy crap, look at that ugly baby. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy, or something crispy. Both, perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? No, he told me something, I'm gonna tell him something. You decide that you're ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you My original coleslaw. Oh, feck coleslaw. Coleslaw is disgusting. The shredded cabbage, ew, gross. Magnificent. Together, you chow down on the creamy slaw till just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now could be the perfect time to do some snooping. Why would I do that? It's his house. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on them to discover more about the Colonel. Alright, tell me about this ugly feckin' baby. An adorable little baby crawls across the floor from the goatee. Oh my god, it's him? Damn, he was an ugly baby. Oh, he's holding a chicken. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Yeah, a freaking weirdo. Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of a company they founded, am I right? Tap on an item. Okay, let's click the camel. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. Alright, who's this? Alright, it's Colonel Sanders and a friend. Okay. Oh, there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. I don't know enough about the KFC lore to know who Pete is, so who died? Is this Pete? You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. That's actually pretty sentimental. It's kind of weird, but a lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair in isn't just silver in color, it's actually made of spun silver. Okay, is that his hair? A scented candle. You pick it up to it better not smell like chicken. Power tool. Freshly starched collar. Piece of wood floating in a lake. Summer of '69. No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's... well, we already have cocaine, so I guess this could be methamphetamine. Tap on an item. Let's see. Let's click the chicken. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy. Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Oh, the window is what I just clicked. And just then, a ghost of student pops up. "Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death?" Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. Aw, poor student. Alright, we got this thing. What is this? This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? I don't know about that, but okay. Let's go ahead and get out of here, I guess. Oh, you open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try... This is an invasion of privacy. Jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in a scent, then say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. Let's make our move. Let's make our big move. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This isn't that kind of game. Not that we blame you for trying, but still, game over. Oh, come on. That was a good moment for making your big move. Oh shit, I pressed confess. I confessed something. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. I guess that kind of worked. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you a pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Colonel Dante? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Oh, hope I didn't fuck that up. Today is the day you could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about, methamphetamine. In some jurisdictions, methamphetamine isn't even legal, but if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous, of course. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're a perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Flatter him, of course, we like him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. Oh, that looks like a couple tears. He's about to cry. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy of Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay. But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but... You would not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you'd better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with the talking pressure cooker? And now, I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection? Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession, focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. Hell yeah. After a short argument, you both agree to go get the feck out of my house, Miriam, with your negativity. When you arrive at school, you encounter these feckers. You can tell from the distance they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Colonel Dante, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince from pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Colonel Dante, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Colonel Dante, I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Colonel Dante. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's the book! It looks like bad news! It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I really don't believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? I, by the way, don't know if I'm saying that right. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use a spell here that says it will erase any one I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger. Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Alright, no, I'm not going to forget about Colonel Sanders. I want to date him. Don't do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement.
I want you all to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of.
His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. So he must be hungry, reach for some old homework, or dogs can be rather unpredictable. I don't know, give him some homework. You reach into your backpack and grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles a sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide.
I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems cliche, but not much in this world satisfies like ungraded work. My, Colonel Dante. Were you studying? Something with cinnamon?
I have been sitting in on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful.
That actually brings an important point. Thank you, Colonel Dante, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom, you see?
But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. Bzzzt, bzzzt. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. Aw, Clank, poor baby. But no! You had to show off your cool kid friends Jeff and Joanne. J&J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzzzt, bzzzt. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Beep. And take Jeff and Joanne with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Aw, Clank, I'm sorry. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels and then a loud ding stops him in his track. Beep. Bzzzt. Oh, he killed himself. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep friend footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with the shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school.
Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena.
But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure. So you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all this way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe. Sorta. But I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show you a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears away from her cheeks. Yeah, guys, you should always be putting yourself first. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Colonel Dante's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making the dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Oh, so dreamy. Colonel Dante, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decided that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you, so we can ignore it like there was no sound at all or fess up about your I don't get what this means. Should we ignore it? Yeah, I want to keep focusing on my dreamy, this is my real dish. I'm gonna focus on this. Did you hear that? Hear what? I distinctly heard a bell chime. Somebody must be training Sprinkles to do a trick. I bet his mouth is watering. Strange. I was going to say that my mouth was watering. Alas, I'll have to look somewhere else for something tasty to put in it. Smoke begins billowing out of the oven, filling the arena around you. Yep, I guess you will. I'll leave you to it then. Happy visualizing. Oh, I made him upset. A disappointed Colonel Sanders leaves the arena. When the coast is clear, you finally open the oven to find your practice pie has been reduced to ash. Aw, smells like lunch. Eat it, Pop. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkle lays down the ground rules.
There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got.
You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll put you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are preparing wildly elaborate dishes, per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend, Master Blaster. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out of the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ash has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Hell yeah, cast the fecking spell. You take out your own spellbook and let your instincts guide you to a page you've never seen before. It's a summoning spell that will conjure up a spork monster. Now seems like a good time to add some chaos to the mix. In your old life? Spork Monster notices the book you're holding. I'm kind of in a pinch here. Got any better ideas? The Spork Monster smile curls up mischievously. You motion to Ashley, and before you can think better of this dastardly decision, he recite a spell that turns her into a chicken. Now a mere bird, she flaps her wings and glides into the produce section of the arena, far from her station. Uh-oh, this could be dangerous. You're immediately racked with guilt over this act of blatant transmogrification. You don't know what to do. It would be poetic justice for Ashley to live out the rest of her days as a chicken, and yet that seems unspeakably cruel. After all, it's just a cooking competition. Nah, feck yeah, Ashley. Chicken Ashley pecks around at the base of some cabinetry, searching for some loose vegetables to eat. Colonel Dante, how could you? Cheating on the final exam? I've never been more disappointed. And here I was considering you for a place not only in my future chain of highly successful chicken restaurants, but also my heart. No, Colonel! Without hesitation, he casts a counterspell from memory that saves her. There's such a thing as competing with honor. And this does not qualify. I no longer want anything to do with you. No, Sanders. Yeah, I saw that comment. Come on, that was going to be obvious. All right, this time let's do it the hard way. Like Sanders said, sometimes the hard way is the right way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. Oh, I'm blushing. Aw. I believe in you, Colonel Dante. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Colonel Dante, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who is cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. Steve? Wait, what happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the Spork Monster, notices that you've got the grimoires stashed beneath your cooking station. Huh. Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell you a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. It's kind of like the time in monsters You toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. We're not going to give up and drop out. Will you summon extra power from deep down within yourself? I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for. Yes, Colonel Dante, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. Oh no! But don't worry, dear Colonel Dante. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders deserves that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. Oh, this music! I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union?
Time's up, students.
With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for.
You must now prepare to present your dishes.
A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete.
It seems we're missing some students. Pop. Clank.
From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hee 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 hee, I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there.
Miriam, would you mind?
Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants.
Pop, get down from there right now.
Let me guess. Did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clink. Where did that pressure cooker roll off to?
You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none.
Somehow he must have gotten unplugged. I guess we'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester.
Wow, 3 whole days long.
But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish.
I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup.
My word is so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto maki I spy afloat in the itsy bitsy bowl?
Yes, chef.
Please call me Sprinkles. Is my father's name.
Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl.
Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine. I'll enjoy it all by myself.
And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup.
A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours.
Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Colonel Dante, for helping me to believe in myself.
Man, you're welcome. Now describe your dish.
I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar.
Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin?
Yes, Sprinkles.
A bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is my kind of brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account to all the spikes. He begins to paw it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded.
Youch, my tongue.
The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting.
I can't eat it. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified.
A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour?
Don't. It can't. Implicitly.
This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk.
I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. It's time to step up. Now, Describe your dish.
I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass.
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Colonel Dante? I told you, it's a display piece.
Actually, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school.
Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral.
If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified.
Rage overtakes Ash, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either.
If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself.
You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together.
2 chefs.
What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays.
Just when I thought I'd seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes a class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass.
Everyone gathers around and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and the Colonel have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy.
DJ Dog in the house. Ow, ow, ow.
You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another, oh god, he's back, not another haunting.
No ghosts allowed at graduation is clearly written in the school's bylaws.
I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me.
Oh, amusing.
And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out.
Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more from here out. I prefer everyone refers to me by my name, Party Monster.
Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who would command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown?
Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean.
Oh, now I get it.
And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of a chancellor of such and such.
The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who's arrived late to the dance. Oh, he looks so handsome. Cute Clank. Now that oh, he speaks English. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she's managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Aw, Clank. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Where's your suit, dude? You wear a suit all year, but at the dance you don't? Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. Oh, the end. That's it? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Colonel Dante, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Colonel Dante. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? You found a love connection, but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love? The life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Colonel Dante, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually, and along the way you'll have me by your side. The end. Aw, we're together. Me and Colonel Sanders made it. KFC presents the true love between Colonel Dante and Colonel Sanders. Holy fecking feck. That was a long game. All right, let's let this thing go on. But yeah, that was a good suggestion. You know, I've not played a game like this where, you know, it's just clicking and picking choices, but definitely an interesting concept. Good style. I mean, good characters too. But in the end, you know, we got Colonel Sanders. We did it. We're together and we're going to pastry school. But yeah, it was a good suggestion. It was definitely weird, but it was finger licking good. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Get out there and get some KFC. Go find true love. Go to school and graduate and become a culinary chef or a pastry chef or whatever you want to do. Have a great day. Have a great life. And I'll see you guys at the local KFC or in the next video. Bye, friends.